This is Louis D. Fresh bringing it to you on a Saturday. The reason I'm doing this on a Saturday, because I never do my videos on a Saturday, is because I know next week I'm going to be kind of busy with my supervisory work. And so the reason I was thinking about when I was doing this Canva stuff and all that, what I want to tell you is this is very good for college. So this is a college segment. Always look at your week. Always look at your month. Always look at what's going on, whether your semester, your school year as a whole. If you know you're going to be busy, you can feel it, you can sense it, you know what's going on, then do things that are not necessarily like this, necessarily as crucial to your work. So make sure that you always look at your calendar to make sure what's going on so that you can plan accordingly. That is very important with college. So today what we're going to be talking about is part 2 of the ACT. The ACT, I told you we talked about what it is. Now part 1, part 2, now we're talking about how to prepare for it. And part 3 is going to be what to do on the actual ACT test day. And so let's get rolling. Here you have, hold on. See, I almost forgot about my whole screen version view. ACT part 2, how to prepare easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we're going to show you how to prepare in 4 easy ways. Just as I did with the SATs, I took a peek at my playlist and I saw that's what I labeled it. And so I'm labeling it this easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice here also, while you're preparing for the ACT, I put this guy over here. You notice here there's a little table there right here, a little desk. That's very important that for those who are studying or preparing things, that you have a separate space that you call in your own in order to do what you need to do to be more efficient. Same way I'm doing this video from my home office. I'm not doing it on my bed. I'm not doing it outside. This is business, and so I go to the business area. So number 1, what do I need to do to go to the source. You ever hear people get angry or upset? Oh, I heard that she said that I didn't know that he's... Instead of going through all that, you go right to the source of information, and the source of information for the ACT is exactly that, act.org. And how do you go? What do? You go to the act.org and then to the home page, because I'm going to show you. I'm going to scroll down halfway down the home screen. You're going to click on learn more about ACT prep. If you need to write this down, write it down, or take a picture or whatever, photo, whatever the thing is, because it's really important that you follow along, for this is a good way to start to prepare for the ACT test. List, there's 3 options. I'm just going to first 3 options. I'm just going to show you what they are. But the problem is that you need an ACT account. In other words, if you recall from part 1, I said you need to have a separate, in my opinion, email for all this college jazz. Make sure it's professional. Make sure that there's nothing questionable about it. And then once you sign up for it, you can prepare in those 3 spots, which I'm going to quickly show you. And option 5 is doing a book/ebook that I'm going to quickly show you. That it's also there, and I'll show you how to order it. And last, the 4th and the 6th option are for ACT subject tests. Please consult with your colleges that you are applying to, so you may not necessarily need to take it. So that's why I'm not talking about subject tests. Maybe some year I may talk about subject tests both for the SAT and ACT, but this is simply for the ACT admissions to college. And so here is as I mentioned, the source of information, ACT, and hopefully my finger is doing pretty well today. We're going halfway down. Remember what I said? Learn more about ACT prep. Let me click on that. Try it again. Click on that one more time. Hold on. There we go. And then what you see here is ACT prep. Then, because you guys are much more intelligent and tech savvy, but you got to scroll down. There's your first way on how to prepare for the ACT online classes powered by Kaplan. Again, if you click on that, you will have already created an ACT account, so you'll be able to do that. That's option 1. Option 2, for the ACT is here, the official ACT self-paced course. Again, powered by Kaplan. You click on that button and then it will take you straight to where you need to go, because once you will have your ACT account and it'll take you there. And that's why I'm not showing it to you, because I don't have an ACT account. I have a professional ACT account, but not a student account. And then this is the 3rd one that's right there. an ACT tutoring powered again by Kaplan. You click on that button, your ACT email. Once you click on that button, you put on the you put in your email, and then it'll take you right to where they have for this ACT, this particular ACT tutoring. And as I mentioned before, which we're not talking about subjects, because maybe some other day, some other year, we'll talk about subjects. But right now, we're just focusing on ACT prep. And that's why I told you, sorry, we're going to go to the, I'm getting better with this finger stuff, to the fifth option is the ACT book. And you see that if you click on it, I'm being very risky here. Do you want to open? Okay. And then once you open it, it takes you right to the lovely people at Amazon. And then, yes, I am. You see Lewis there. I do have a Prime account. And then you see there, it says ACT Prep Guide. If you are old-fashioned like me, they have the paperback version here. And if you are a Kindle person, therefore you can buy it for your tablet or your computer or your phone. And so there are different ways of getting that particular book. All right, now that we conquered the first way to prepare for the ACT, second way is to download the app. I was generously offered, I don't feel like I was gonna blow up the thing. Hold on one second. All right, one more time. I was generously provided with my wife's phone so I could show you this here, because I can't show it while I'm doing this here. So download the phone app. Again, I use Apple. It doesn't mean that it's great, but that's what I use, Apple. And use whatever it is that you do. You have a, what do you call those things? I can't think of the word, but another type of phone, Android, there we go. Whatever it is, their Google Play, whatever it is. When I went to ACT, which I'm gonna show you, these are the options, and there are more options, but I just chose the first 5. And those are the options from this Apple store that I got here. ACT Prep Coach, ACT Prep for Dummies, ACT Online Prep, ACT Practice Flashcards, and ACT Prep. And now let me switch to my wife's phone. All right, here we go. I typed in ACT in the App Store. I had to look at my PowerPoint there. On my Canva slide, this is the first one, ACT Prep Coach. Then you see ACT Prep for Dummies. ACT Online Prep, the ACT Practice Flashcards, and then the ACT Prep. As I told you, because I did this before I did this video, so I knew that there was 5 there. But what I want to show you which one to pick from, at least those 5. You see here, they give ratings here. You see it says 40. You see the other one says about 41 and you see here it has a certain number here, 16 or whatever. I like the first one because you'll notice that the stars, and I'm a big ratings guy, doesn't mean that the ratings are correct, but this has 1.5 thousand 5-star ratings. And to me, that's a big deal. And so that is the one I would download for myself on my Apple phone. Again, I'm giving you suggestions. Doesn't mean this is the Bible, as they say. I'm thinking in Spanish that this is the be all and end all, and Louis D. Fresh is the expert in everything. I'm just here providing information so you to kind of think about and say, "Ooh, maybe this, maybe that," and you pick what's right for you. That's why I'm giving you 4 different options. You can pick all 4, or you can pick none of them, or you can say Louis D. Fresh has no clue what he's talking about. But I really think, being that I've been doing this stuff for about 17 years, I have a clue on what's going on. And so it doesn't mean I'm an expert, but it means that I think this is definitely the way to prepare for your ACT. And like I said, I'm trying not to go on too long, because I know people have short attention span, including yours truly. Third way to do this, if you're going to pay for an ACT tutor, you can, 1, seek out a private tutor. The private tutor, again, via word of mouth. That's always a great way of doing it, because if you hear people in your neighborhood, in your building, in your complex kind of say, "Hey, Johnny is really good. Hey, Johnny is really good. Hey, Johnny is really good." Johnny may be really good. So keep your eyes and ears out for that. You go to your guidance counseling office, whether it be your college that you're seeking, whether it be the counseling office at your school, because they really have good sources of information, and they'll be able to say, "Hey, you may want to do this. Hey, you may want to do that," or go back to your good old-fashioned for a private tutor online, also known as Google. And what we're speaking of Google, part B here for paying for an ACT tutor, my opinion, again, is that Princeton Review is really fantastic because remember, they hire only certified teachers, and they take them aside and they spend 1 month of preparation in order for them to be able to see you to tutor for the ACT. You're going to go to Google, you're going to type in that, which I'm going to show you right there, what you see in front of you. Then go to ACT prep classes, click enroll now, which I'll show you, and see what is available and best for you. I'm not going to go through all the options, but I'm definitely going to show them to you so you yourself can kind of take a look and say, ooh, maybe this might be good, this may not be good. And you have to be, are you ready? You have to be ready to pay for this. You have to be willing to put in the time for it, because these things are not free. And also, you see here, I know this is kind of ridiculous, but I like this picture because you see here this young man, he's kind of standing there, he is ready, he is not willing to just hang out with the girls or the boys and just kind of fool around, because this is your future. How well you prepare yourself now really does kind of sometimes characterize what your future will hold. As promised, I said I would show it to you. Google Princeton Review for ACT tutoring, just as I said. And then, like I said, I did this before. ACT prep classes, click on that, and again, it's just my opinion. Princeton Review, in my opinion, is the best way to go if you're going to spend some money. Remember, I said enroll now in the Canva presentation, and sure enough, it takes you to what did I say? I clicked learn more, and you see here that it is not cheap. It is not cheap. You'll see here the most popular here is available online and in person, and it's $1,600. And then you'll see here if you enroll because I'm doing this on April 2nd. This should air on April 10th. But you'll see if you enroll early, you get a $250 savings. But remember, I told you it's not cheap. But remember, they have different options on what is available and best for you. You'll see here, you'll have private tutoring. Whether it be online or in person. You'll see the price tag, $150 per hour. I told you it wasn't cheap. On demand, which I kind of like, because when you're available, they're available. All the videos are available at $40. And so it also gives you things of what might be important to you in terms of money back guarantee, or what kind of score you're guaranteed, blah, 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 blah. And so I think this is where you really kind of need to take a look. If you're willing to spend the money and you're willing to spend in the time, in my opinion, Princeton Review is always the way to go. And being that I think I'm getting better at all this Canva and getting around the internet, the fourth and final way is to take it cold. In other words, do not prepare. Just go in there and see what happens. You can always this is kind of important. You can always retake the test as many times as you want, because the colleges always take the highest score. The same with the SAT exam. You're like, oh, Louis D. Fresh, oh, come on. That is true. So if you want to just take it and see what it's like and sniff it out, you can do that. And because you can always retake it as many times as you want, and you could always, the colleges will always take the highest score. You could take it cold, or you can take it cold. There's that lady there in the ice cold bath, or you can prepare and you can see what happens. So, again, knowing that I'm going to have a busy, not a hard week, because thank God, I have a job, and thank God everything's beautiful, but I know it's going to be busy. So, please remember to prepare. The way I'm preparing for this week is I'm doing my thingamajig, my video now, and so I encourage you to do the same. I wish you a wonderful week. And those who are celebrating Ramadan, I know, because I have a lot of followers who are Muslim. Blessings to you. And I wish everybody very well for this week, and prepare for your ACT.